Audio Jungle. Audio
Oh, man, it is May 25th, Thursday. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Dom Mafia Live, your go-to NFL show for late and breaking news, accompanied by some of the best amateur analysis in the game. That's right. Today, I'm a day late. Normally, last week I did the whole reacting to what the national media was saying about the NFL last Wednesday, and now it's Thursday. It's been a week. I think with the Sean McDermott live reaction stream earlier on Tuesday sort of threw me off a little bit, but we're going to be doing that today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going through each and every single thing, like all the news that's coming out from the national media, from Pro Football Talk, from Good Morning America, from Good Morning Football, Fox Sports, etc., and seeing exactly what all these fools are saying. I have my buddy Clay, Pantherology. He is a glorified co-host of this show from now on, and we're going to be having a little conversation with you guys, and thank you so much for joining. I see several familiar names in here. As many of you know, I am a Buffalo Bills YouTuber. As I attempt to go into the NFL, my NFL following's pretty good on TikTok, pretty solid on Instagram, but YouTube, this is something I'm trying to slowly sprinkle in. So for those of y'all that are rocking with me, I definitely appreciate you coming on in. Now, right before I do say anything, or right before we dive into the main content of the show, I do want to give a giant announcement. For those of you that watch the AFC East roundtable, we are hosting our very Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I was literally going off. I was going off on what we had to offer you guys over here. So the AFC East Roundtable, we are hosting our very, very first event right during Monday Night Football. The tickets, the packages just ended up going on sale, where you are going to be receiving a ticket to the game. So Monday Night Football, Bills and Jets. You are going to be sitting in the exact same section as myself, TD, Richie, Tyson. Same thing with Patriots Global. And then on top of that, there is going to be a tailgate party right across the street prior to the game, starting at noon. Okay, there's going to be open bar. There's going to be food. There is going to be a live show from the AFC East Roundtable. This place is literally walking distance from the stadium. You guys will be able to see our show from there. We're going to be having a production team that is following us around with cameras, filming the show, so you even have an opportunity of making an appearance to see what we can do. Ticket information is right above. So say, for example, that you wanted to knock out and join us, then please consider it, because it is about to be an absolute blast. The full package is $260. Like I said, that's going to give you a ticket to the game. That's going to give you access right to the open bar, food, private tailgate party at this bar, their entire upstairs portion, and then also an opportunity to hang out with us, get drunk, and talk a little shit. There's a lot of Jets fans going. I need some Bills fans going, baby. So make it happen. And then say, for example, you're already going to the game, but you want to go to the tailgate party exclusively, it's going to be $75. So if you're interested, go on ahead and hit that link that is pinned right at the top of the live chat and hop on in, baby. And hop on in. We would absolutely love to see you. Bobby HZ say, you are going to be in our area, Long Island, man. Come on, baby. Come on through. And Cody's coming in saying, how much did TD pay you not to put his head under the Bills logo? This was actually Richie who made this graphic. This was not me. But I'm assuming that he probably threw at least $250. I'm guessing it's worth the price just to see TD live at a game chirping everybody. We were talking about it, and we thought it was pretty funny, because if they lose to the Chargers on Sunday, then me and Richie were saying that we're going to go pick them up from the airport like that early Monday morning, and we're both gonna buy Justin Herbert jerseys and just absolutely troll that guy. It's gonna be the worst car drive and worst day of his life. He was already joking around and saying that he may not even come if that does happen. But definitely, guys, go ahead and hit that link at the top of the pin chat. It should be an absolute Bobby HZ. You can get as many tickets as you want. As of right now, like we are launching our sort of website that's going to be able to have the tickets. But say, for example, you just want the tailgate party, then basically just say that you want 4 tickets right to the tailgate party. Just go ahead and put it in within your purchase, 4 tickets, and then multiply 75 by 4. If you want a couple of packages for the game as well, then just sort of multiply it based off of how many you would like. It's definitely a great deal because I was looking over like StubHub, I was looking over SeatGeek, I was looking over Ticketmaster, and the prices for just the game tickets alone are pretty damn expensive for where we are sitting during this game. It's like upper end zone because we wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity of being able to afford it. But this deal right here is the best for an opportunity to go hang out with us down at the tailgate party in the game. But yeah, guys, most definitely feel free to shoot us an email as well, AFC East roundtable at gmail.com if you have any questions about this. But we really look forward to and hope that you're able to make it. But let's get right into business. Play Pantherology. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? Not much. Working on some content actually for my channel right now while I'm sitting here talking to you. But let's get this ball rolling, brother.
What you working on, baby?
I got my lunch break at 12. Lunch break at 12 with Pantherology. Today is going to be. Yesterday we did a running back tier list. So today though is going to be Panthers content. So we got a lot to talk about with OTAs, the new ruling that came out for which could benefit Matt Corral, the new position YGM is taking over, the new how we're going to move around. Jeremy Chin talking about Derek Brown with the new defense, and is Terrace Marshall going to step up this year and show his flashes from LSU? And we're going to be talking about why Carolina might have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL.
When is the Panthers bye week? Because I think I would be interested in going to a Panthers game with you this year.
Week 7, we are bye.
Week 7 is your bye.
Yes.
Bills schedule. I think we're a late bye. I think it's week 13.
Yeah, you might have switched with us or something.
Bye, one of the two. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised right there. Buffalo Bills schedule week 13 bye. Who do the Panthers play week 13, and where are they? Panthers week 13. Let's see what this is. Oh no, that's in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's in Tennessee. If I'm free, I'd fucking go to that. No. Week 13, it's at Tampa Bay. Damn, dude, y'all have like 3 away games in a row.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Last year, it was weird. Like, because last year we had, I think, 3 home games in a row, which is very rare. And then now this year we have 3 away games in a row.
3 away games in a row. Yeah, most definitely. That's a pain. Well, like, I mean, I know that we have a couple of Thursday nights and Sunday nights. So say that we play like a Thursday night and like the Panthers are home. I would love to actually go to Carolina with you and go watch a football game and make it happen, man. Like, I mean, I love some good ball, baby. I love some good ball.
It's going to be some good ball this year for us, for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
That's what I'm talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, say that you are just joining the stream. Make sure that you smash that like button for us. We're going to be reacting to what the national media has been saying about the NFL. There's a lot of storylines. We saw that the Patriots ended up getting punished once again for doing some sketchy behavior. We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. I'm not surprised. But, okay, first thing I saw, of course, with Good Morning Football, they're starting off with stuck in the dick of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
So let's see precisely what they have to say about this. Let's go.
When you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, it is looking really, really easy for these guys getting back to the playoffs, winning the AFC West, getting back to the AFC Championship. It is looking very easy for these guys. And when you do win a Super Bowl, you got to uphold that standard, uphold that throne. And for these guys, when I look at this offense in particular, I call it controlled backyard football. It is hard to stop this offense. And when you do play these guys, you got to have a phenomenal offense on the other side of the football, or you just simply need these guys to mess it up. And so now look at Patrick Mahomes, I look at Travis Kelce. These guys are once in a generation type of offense. It's going to be hard to stop these guys. They don't mess up. They don't beat themselves year in and year out. They don't let the Super Bowl hangover get to them. They find a way to get back, become poised. When you look at this Chiefs team, guys, we're looking at a dynasty. This team is going to be here for a very, very long time. They're going to own this division. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes is a beautiful sight to see.
All right. Okay, listen, I don't want to sound like that guy, right? I don't want to sound like that guy. Listen, I know that, like, I mean, they're Super Bowl champions, right? Obviously, they deserved it. They did what they had to do last year. But, I mean, and so are you as hyped up about the Chiefs as, like, the unanimous, like, Super Bowl, like, contender, unanimous winner going into this season? And so am I the only one that I look at their depth chart outside of Travis Kelce, who's what, 33 right now?
Yeah, he's got to be 32, 33, something like that.
He's got to be 32, 33. He's still got some gas in the tank. He's still going to be elite this year. But, like, I mean, their number one receiver is MVS.
I mean, the question to me is also when is Kansas City going to have a run game that takes off pressure for Pat Mahomes? Because how long can Pat Mahomes continue this elite status until the point that really the run game is going to be coming into play to take some pressure off of him? Like a lot of the pressure is on him every year. Now, don't get me wrong, he's obviously done well with that pressure and he's stepped up every time, and he's a back-to-back Super Bowl champs, you know. So I mean, I feel like that we got no offense to these media people, but they're a bunch of dick riders.
They are, man.
You know, I mean, but for me, I'm just not as hyped. I look at their team, I look at their roster. They lost their Pro Bowl left tackle. You know, I don't even know if they replaced him. Right? You know?
No, not with anybody like near Orlando Brown's talent. That's
right.
Sure.
And so
near.
Right. And so then you're telling me that the only person he has the ball to throw to is Travis Kelce, and then after that it's MVS. I mean, and then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire back there, you got Ronald Jones, you still got Isaiah Pacheco. Can any of those guys step up and put 1,000 yards? If I see 1,000-yard running back, a guy that, you know, for them, I would be a little bit more hyped. But, you know, like I said before, and I'll say it again, if it wasn't because of Andy Reid's offense, I don't think Pat Mahomes would be as good as everybody thinks he is.
That's a take right there. That's a take right there. It's funny because, like, I mean, like you said, I don't have a lot of faith in Pacquiao. Like, I feel like this is the same story with the Chiefs every single year. They get a young running back. He blows up in the first year. And then afterwards, it's absolutely nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And Elliott's coming in saying that the Chiefs' offensive line is a
concern. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you lose Orlando Brown like that, I mean, what did you do to replace him? Are you going to replace him? And what do you have left in that depth chart to make sure that your franchise quarterback is not getting crushed?
Some might say that that's probably going to like destroy like their run game. Well, like, I mean, say that they have like a credible running back, maybe not. But like, I mean, like, why do you think Pacquiao did so well last year? Like, why do you think he did so well last year? Was because he had that fortress, on the left side of their offensive line. Of course, that he's going to be able to run some yards.
Yeah.
This team right here didn't get better. They just didn't get better this offseason, and everybody is just continuously talking like treating them as like the upper echelon. Like, no one's going to challenge them. Like, you look at the rest of the AFC West. And I hate to put any faith in the Chargers because I feel like half their team's going to be injured by week 2. I would like to think that Sean Payton is going to turn around the Denver Broncos. I'm not a big fan of Russell Wilson. We'll get there because they have a story about him coming up here soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't get it. I don't get it. I've said the same thing before last year, like when they really, like the first year without Tyreek Hill, I was just like, oh yeah, like their receiving core is ass this year, but like now, like they literally have nobody. McCall Hardman's gone, right? So They have MVS. They have, I think it's Kadarius Toney. It's Kadarius Toney as well.
And I think he's talented, and I think he can be a number one. The problem is we haven't seen him really step up. I mean, I know that he got injured in New York, and then he came over there, but obviously we need to see more out of him. I think he can be a true number one because he is that talented and he's fast as shit. So, you know, I just need to see. I mean, you're looking at their depth chart and it just doesn't look scary, but it's the same thing when they won their first Super Bowl.
Yeah, the depth chart didn't look scary then either. So,
no.
Like, what am I doing over here trying to question these guys?
I know.
It's a sad thing, man. It's definitely a sad thing. Where was this other video I was looking at right here? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about this one dude. Teams with the most primetime games. Got all of that. That's not sexy. I wanted to talk about. All right, this one right here. This is what I want to talk about. Will Russell Wilson return to dangerous? Okay, we'll save my takes for this, but you guys probably aren't going to appreciate what I got to say about this.
I think it's interesting because Sean Payton's getting a different Russell Wilson than the version you were talking about that was on fire in Seattle. And mentally, you're getting a different Russell Wilson in terms of where we were just a year ago from today. Because I remember being on the show with you guys and we were talking about that division and we were putting the Broncos right up there in that division. Who's going to, I mean, Russell Wilson's going to. And so just if you think where we are 365 days ago to where we are now and what he's been through as a guy that had been, you know, for the most part, adored in Seattle, like great story, great rise to ascension in Seattle. You win Super Bowls there. And then obviously the way it fell apart with the Seattle franchise, but then he would like to think, as the Tom Brady's did, you can go to another organization and we can, and it was just such a stark contrast from what he had to have believed and even what we believed was going to happen. So I would think that look, I know as athletes, you guys pride yourself, right, on mental toughness, but at some point things have to start taking a toll. So I just think about it from the perspective of Russell has to be going into this season in a situation in which he's never been before. And I don't know if underdog is the right word, but he's been beat up. Mentally, but really without even, so here's the numbers and the difference in numbers. But when you look about just from the psychological standpoint of what he's been through, I think Sean Payton's getting a different quarterback. And you can say you can tune it out, right? But he's gotten a lot.
No, and it's good for Russ to feel this. He needs to feel this pressure. He needs to feel from the fans like this is unacceptable.
All right, yo. Okay. So numbers right here. And I mean, I got to hear from you, man. Is this dude, do you think Russell Wilson's over? And so is he done? Is he officially washed? Are you ready to say that Russell Wilson is done?
I mean,
it's hard. It's hard. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you look at these numbers right here, right? He went from a 65 completion percentage to 60. He was between those years, he was averaging 29 touchdowns to 16, passer rating 84, sacked 55 times. Now, this is 1 year. Sean Payton is an offensive guru, so let's give him credit. Let's give that man credit where it's due. I want to see what happens this year. I'm not going to say he's washed now. Let's see if Sean Payton can turn this man around. And if he can't, then he's obviously proves that Russ is done.
He's got to be. He's got to be right now. Like, I mean, I couldn't tell you how hype I was. Like, I was literally sitting there saying that the Chiefs were done. I was saying that the Broncos are going to march into the playoffs. In fact, I'm sure that there's some receipts of me on TikTok or Twitter or YouTube saying that the Chiefs were done, that they may not even finish in first place in their division.
Right.
Broncos were going to run away with it. They're going to make a damn playoff run because on paper, that's a damn good team. They got youth on offense. They have one of the best defenses in the entire league. One of the best defenses in the entire league. And then Russell Wilson just goes out there and starts throwing absolute ducks.
Right.
I particularly don't understand what's been going on with them. But give me one more year. And so give me one more year right before I could confidently look you in the eye and say Russell Wilson is not who he was. I mean, honestly, like ever since like that Super Bowl year, like he's just sort of like he's sort of been a Dak Prescott to me, right? He's sort of been Dak Prescott to me. Like great in the regular season, like puts up a lot of numbers, garbage time. That clutch Russ, that danger Russ thing just hasn't been a thing since he won that Super Bowl. It just hasn't been. It's been more so like a stat patter. He's super cringy on social media. super cringy on social media. There's no way that I can even see people going through with it. But ladies and gentlemen, sound off in the live chat. What do you think? Is Russell Wilson done? We're not even sure. Okay. Let's just more Russell Wilson content.
Still wasn't good last year. Like
shit.
You look at it, he was not a top 10 quarterback. He was not a top 15 quarterback. He was not a top 20 quarterback. And I watched a lot of those Broncos games waiting for it to click, waiting for it to go. They get rid of Hackett. Russ had some moments, but just here comes Sean Payton. And I just worked a year with Sean Payton at Fox, and we've become very close. And, you know, he's all in on Russell Wilson. But I also know Sean Payton doesn't suffer any fools. He's going to coach Russell Wilson hard. He is going to give it to Russell Wilson. They signed Jarrett Stidham not for $1 million. They signed Jarrett Stidham for $5 million a year to be a backup. You don't give $5 million to a guy who you're just like, it's a throwaway, it's whatever. That's not a challenge to Russ, but it also was, hey, we have a young guy who we like that had other options that he's coming to play for us too. I ask you, I'm going to turn around. Can Russ be coached that way where you're not going to be treated as a coddled member? And I'm not saying Pete did, but you are being treated like any other player on the team. And, last year, Russell Wilson, we heard stories of his own office. Russell Wilson, of the way he was treated with preferential treatment. Like, that's not going to be the case with Sean Payton. Can he handle that?
This is going to be a sight to see, because when he was in Seattle for those 10 years, Coach Carroll did a good job of, I'm not going to say protecting Russ, but he really just shielded him in a way like, hey, the defense is going to be the lead dog. You're going to hand the ball up to Marshawn Lynch. And when you do mess up, I'm going to address it. But for the most part, defense, it's all on you guys. And so for Sean Payton to come in, I heard how he runs his meetings. After a loss, if you play bad, Sean Payton will let you know loud and clear how he feels about you. And that's the question. Can Russ handle the critiqueness, the harshness, hey, you got to get better, and I'm calling you out in front of this entire football team. And so I know he hasn't had that. I'm sure Nathaniel Hackett wasn't a Sean Payton type personality.
Different. It's players different.
Sean Payton, is that the man that's going to turn him around? Like, I mean, I've always liked Sean Payton, and so the bounty thing I liked. I was like, that's a fucking badass coach.
Right. I mean, for years, I always said that Sean Payton had a face that I would love to punch.
Sean Payton has a really punchable face. Yeah. Well,
that's because it's a little bit biased, just because of me being a Panthers fan and hating the Saints. So.
Yeah, no, dude, I definitely get it. I feel like last thing I wanted to chat about was this story right here, that the Patriots forfeited OTAs.
Wow.
Based to a meeting violation. Definitely not completely out of the realm of responsibility. Let's see what this video has got to say. All these ads, bro, like Pro Football Talk, like you would think that like you make enough money,
right,
where you didn't need to do this real fast, but you have no idea. You have no idea what they did. I mean, like between like Deflategate, between filming all of this shit. Let's see what these guys got to say.
Is it being a pain in the butt?
With coaches in phase one, because phase one is just strength and conditioning.
Right.
It could be a variety of things. There are many different ways you can violate the rules. They got busted and they lost 20% of their total allotment of OTA practices because of it.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We know that. They're a team that's trying to, improve on what they've been the last few years. There's pressure on them. So is it important? Yes. But like if it was a betting man, I would think it's one of those things right there. that they were on the field in phase 1, maybe, cheating the system a little bit or what the current rules are. But what I find more, and this is where the NFL is weird, like I would think that one of the players on the Patriots called and tattletaled on the Patriots still.
Oh no,
That's the world we're in right now as far as the NFL and the NFLPA there. But yeah, something like that you explained must have happened.
Bottom line, somebody's pushing the envelope and somebody was willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the level of urgency that exists
Right.
to turn this around. It goes back to what Robert Kraft said at the league meetings in Arizona in late March. I think he made it as plain as he could for anybody willing to read between the lines. Bill Belichick cannot survive another bad season. Or if he does, he will survive it just barely. He needs to turn this thing around, and maybe their zeal to turn it around got him in trouble. And my guess is, Chris, scale of 1 to 10, how pissed off he is about this. 12, 13, 14,
right.
15 maybe.
Yeah, right. I would think so. They got some young players on offense. They want to get Mac Jones and the offense going again. And this is the time you can work and get some of those kinks out for sure, Mike.
Could you imagine having a coach that won you 7 Super Bowls be on the hot seat after 1 year of not making the playoffs?
But
Can you imagine that? First off, I think that's absolutely ludicrous. But there's a lot to unpack from that. Number one, there's a rat. There is a rat in the New England Patriots team. And you know who I think it is? Mac Jones, baby. Him and Belichick hate each other. I could already tell.
I mean, you might not. Might not be wrong. I could see. Mac Jones being a little bit of a snitch. But
he gives me snitch vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, this is pretty nuts with the Patriots and all this craziness going on over there. I really don't even know how to respond to this because it's just like it's like one of those things. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like there's always something coming out of this organization of some kind of cheating or some kind of bullshit, and every single year. And it's like we're not even in the season yet.
So I feel like I'm not even mad. Like back in the day, say that they were still like the dynasty that they were. Like, yeah, I'd be flipping out. But like now it's like that kid that just keeps on trying but never succeeds. I mean, if he's cheating, dude, like do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably one of the toughest divisions in football. And like when they say like in a legal meeting, like, I mean, like were they like just having like a film rundown in Belichick's basement or something like that? And somebody.
Maybe his son was
doing some shit. I don't know.
Maybe his son was doing yayo in his office again and licking his lips too much.
Yeah, licking his lips or something along those lines. Like, I mean, I think from now on, like Belichick, man, like first off, like don't have a paper trail, bro. Like next time you have your team over at your house, pat them down, take your cell phones, throw them into like the fucking abyss. They're rich, and so they can afford some new ones. And just do what you gotta do, baby.
Yeah,
do what you gotta do.
Yeah, if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm definitely like I wouldn't say worried, but like definitely like curious as what the hell is going on with this organization right now.
How much does OTAs really matter though? Like honestly, like
definitely matters, I would think, to the rookies, but not as much as to. I mean, other people, unless you bring in new vets or something like that, it's good to kind of get them acclimated as much as possible with the playbook and getting them acclimated with the team. But, the earlier they get acclimated as new players or, someone coming in, I would say OTAs are just as important as training camp.
Yeah, for sure. But, and so I'm excited to see that Christian Gonzalez guy. I think that he's going to be pretty good for their secondary, but yeah. I mean, I think like 2 off-season training programs like being missed, it's really not going to be the deciding factor. Like I wouldn't hang my hat on that. Like if like the Pats finish in last place, which I sincerely think they're going to this year, I don't think that you could have a credible excuse to being like, oh, damn, if we had those extra OTA practices, man, things would have been different. Like,
well, like you mean people are going to make excuses. Like you either win football games or you don't.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Damn, man. Absolutely. Clay, man, I really appreciate you hopping on, guys. This is the new co-host of Down Mafia Live. Whenever he can join, he's going to come on here and chop some shit up for me. We're going to be having some other guests on here. We appreciate that. And then I'm also going to get you on the AFC East roundtable. I just realized that we can bring some people on. Last night we had one of Richie's buddies who's a Jets fan. Super cool.
Okay.
So next time that we have some things for the AFC East roundtable, I'm going to have you on, baby.
Yeah, let me come. I'd love to come on there and shoot the shit with you guys, and appreciate having me on again. And I'll give you a shout out this afternoon again on my channel, and let you know that for them to come over here and join you every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. So
same thing goes here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to catch up with Buffalo Bills farm team, the Carolina Panthers, my boy is doing some great stuff over there. Lunch break with Clay starts in about 20 minutes. Go over there, show him some love. He does great stuff over there. Clay, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Later. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of Down Mafia Live, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. As far as my schedule is concerned, I have this NFL show at 11 a.m., and then I also have my Bills Mafia happy hour, which starts at 5:30 Monday through Friday. So make sure your notifications are on so you know. Obviously, Bills Mafia happy hour is exclusively Bills stuff where the show is completely about you, and check that out. I have a pre-recorded video coming out here in a couple of hours. I need to go take my ass to the gym. I've been really on a health kick as of late. But before I do go, as a quick reminder, guys, AFC East Roundtable is hosting their very first event, Monday Night Football. So if you want to go to Monday Night Football at MetLife, meet myself, TD, Richie, Tyson, watch us do a live show, get a tailgate party with an open bar, free food, and then sit with us during the game. Nice little custom roundtable t-shirt. Go on ahead and check out that link that is pinned in the top comments right there. You have the opportunity of either buying a ticket to the tailgate party, or you can get the entire package, which is going to include the game ticket, the party, the t-shirt, meeting us, blah, 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 blah. It's a great thing. So definitely say, for example, that you want to take advantage of that. If you want 3 full package tickets, then just multiply 260 by 3. If you want 4 bar party packages only, multiply 75 times 3. We will be releasing our actual ticket website here. These prices are only set in stone until June 1st. Once June 1st rolls around, it's going to go up because we actually need to front the cash over to the Jets, hence why it's coming up through that way. So if you're interested in that, go on ahead. Hit our PayPal. We will lock you down as completely ready to go. And we will see you guys during Bills Mafia Happy Hour. See y'all soon. Deuces.